Hello and welcome once again, friends. This evening title, um, The Children Around the World Strike for the Cause of Climate Change. Today in history, March 15th, 2019. In previous videos, I shared that one of the main tools, amongst others, which the devil will cause America to speak like a dragon, fulfilling Revelation 13, verse 11, is climate change. And these prophecies are being fulfilled today. The Bible further prophesied that when the children start to lead out, woe unto the people of the land. This woe is a warning to the church, signaling that we are fulfilling prophecy, even the second coming of Christ, which is now closer than you imagine. This is not a joke, brothers and sisters. We are the final generation. The world cannot continue like this. But before we see the Son of Man coming in the clouds, certain prophecies must be fulfilled first. Example, the Sunday law crisis, which the devil is using our children to fulfill today, even now, through climate change, which the Pope states in order to combat climate change, we must keep Sunday as the Lord's day of rest. You could read page 237 in his encyclical on climate change, in his document which he wrote, titled Laudato Si. However, Sunday is not the Lord's day of rest. The rest day from creation still remains unchanged by God, which is the seventh day Sabbath, which is known as Saturday. God changes not. There is no evidence of the rest day being changed from the seventh day to the first day of the week. Neither can it be proven from the Bible. That's man's tradition. The papacy was the one who changed God's Sabbath day in 538 AD and killed those who did not go along with that agenda from 538 AD until 1798, the period of the Dark Ages rather. Sorry. Now let's read some Bible verses. Uh, e, I always having problem pronouncing this word. Escholastics 10 verse 16, and I'll be reading from my James Version Bible. 10 verse 16, and I read, "Woe to thee, O land, when thy king is a child, and thy princes eat in the morning." Woe, warning. You go back to my notes, which I composed on my mini computer. Okay, also, let's go to Isaiah 3, verses 4 and 5. Isaiah 3, verses 4 and 5. And I read, "It was but a little." No, sorry, I beg your pardon. Isaiah 3. Pages are close together to get them open, giving me a little. Okay. 3, verse 4 and 5. 4. And I will give children to be their princes, and babes shall rule over them. And the people shall be oppressed, every one by another, and every one by his neighbor. The child shall behave himself proudly against the ascent meaning adult, and the base against the honorable. So the children, when we see this, children shall be the oppressor. They are leading out. These things are being fulfilled. This prophecy predicted by the Bible is now present truth. But not only the children, but the women as well. These women marches around the world were also predicted by the Bible. The children are the oppressors, but the women rule over them. Isaiah 3 verse 12. And I read, as for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err, and destroy the way of thy path. Present truth. Let me go back to my notes. This prophecy predicted by the Bible is now present truth. As I said before, um, let's read verses 13. Verses 13 and 14 brings us to the judgment, which will shortly follow. We are presently fulfilling history, friends. But let me read 13 and 14. Following, continuing 12, Isaiah 3, the Lord standeth up to plead and standeth up to judge the people. 14, the Lord will enter into judgment with the ascents of his people, and the princes thereof. For ye have eaten up the vineyard, the spoil of the poor is in your houses. And his ascents of the people of his people are the leaders, both in the church and both the state. Children leading, oppressing, and the woman ruling. We are here. Present truth. Um, I pray you see it, and also I pray that you will believe it, and not only believe, but heed the warnings as well. Okay, friends, I pray someone receive the light on this topic for tonight. But if you're still in doubt, take it to the Lord in prayer. Don't forget to like and share the video with a friend. You may leave a comment at the bottom. Okay, for now, until next time, stay blessed. But you know what? Before you go, let me read a news article. Before you go, let me read a news article, if I can get it. Okay, here it is. And headlines: young activists offer hope on climate change. And I guess we all heard about Greta Thunberg, I think her name is the one leading out, 16 years old. Okay, headline: young activists offer hope on climate change. On Friday, and I'm reading, which is today, tens of thousands of students in the United States and more than 30 other countries are expected to take part in a youth climate strike. The idea was inspired by, come on, my Swedish teenager Greta Thunberg, who last year began a regular strike from classes to demand significant reduction in the greenhouse gas emission that are warming the planet. Here in Gainesville, Florida, students are taking part in an event after school from 4 p.m. through to 6 p.m. outside City Hall. The planned speakers include Isaac Oxenberg, a 13-year-old um, resident who is one of the 8th young Floridians suing the state over climate change in a lawsuit filed by the nonprofit group Our Children Trust. Our Children's Trust rather. My computer was giving me a little glitches, but I pray it was clear. Friends, we need to continue to pray, sigh and cry and pray for our leaders, both religious and secular.